Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Yakaraj here. Welcome back to Metroid Prime Hunters. Or, did I just say that? Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Oh boy. Some cool looking floating spherical house things. I believe that's fuel gel down there. Well, not all of them are floating. Looks like that one crashed into the mountain. As did those. Very cool. Moganar class war golem is offline and trapped within stone mass. This unit is beyond repair.
Samus, the Leviathan seed is protected by an energy shield. You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active. We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled. You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Noted. Night Barb. Generates protective energy field. Night barbs are predators traveling in packs to search for prey. They have the ability to generate a protective field of energy around their bodies. The ability is unstable, however. If the field makes contact with another life force, it will overload. This also consumes the life force of the night barb, much like a bee's sting ends its life. Interesting. I guess part of why it's called a night barb is because I can barely see you. Of course, also a night barb was the name of a flying darkling in Prime 2. The spike bush is an indigenous strain of plant life that produces venom within its leaves. Weathered altar ruins were once part of a much larger structure. Its original purpose is unknown. Pillar ruins are composed of organic stone that is native to Bryyo, originally placed to greet travelers. Moganar class war golem is incomplete. Sculpting process was halted 328.9 years ago. Mature cash plant has fully developed bark that only heavy beams and explosives can damage. Mature cash plants are used for storage by Bryyo natives. Ha! I get it. Also, is this some kind of tree? Sorry about that. Bryyo doors are carved from heavy stone native to the planet. Is it also made of the organic stone? Which, interesting, I wonder if the organic stone is used to make the war golems. That's it, Kronk. Break the door down. Break it down. Where you came into this ain't mahogany. Just in case it's solid ice skins indicate that the bioform inside is still alive. Guess Rundas couldn't have written Rundas was here better on the wall if he knew calligraphy. Alright. Actually, let me just showcase the article. There you go. It's a very nice little snaky corridor here. Bioform appears to have been engaged in combat at the time of being frozen. Solid ice mass appears to have been made to gain entry to temple. Ice has not yet begun to thaw. Whoop. Bragnol. Lack of exoskeleton makes it agile but weak to most weapons. Gragnols are vulnerable to most weapons as they have not developed the durable exoskeleton found on adult members of the species. They often travel and attack in groups. If they sense a nearby threat to their hives, they will not hesitate to advance. Their offensive capabilities are underdeveloped, leaving the ability to fire pulses of Phazon energy their only form of attack. Got some face flappers on ya. Ah, 3 for the price of 1. According to lore, these statues are a monument to the folly of war. Amen to that. Structure identified, hopper nest. The exterior is incredibly durable. Life signs detected within. Speaking of durable, it looks a bit like a durian on the outside. Small Bryyo coffers can be struck by centipedes like this. Large Bryyo coffers contain energy and weapon supplies. Only damage by having weapons fire. Designs. Locations where cache plants wouldn't survive. Interesting. Here's food for thought. Are coffers called coffers, or rather, is coffee called coffee because it's placed in a coffer? Scans indicate bioform has sustained fatal spinal fractures from impacting the wall. Ouch. Hopefully that killed him instantly, because if it didn't, that's just a miserable way to go, because he's frozen to and stuck to the wall with a shattered spine. Very cool. Bryyo sort of has the Bryonian architecture, that is. It has a bit of a Indo-African hybrid look to it. Ah! Oh, there she goes. Solar energy collector provides a means to access the security locks. Enter the shafts to access the locks. Boop. Phazon Night Bar. Group forms powerful attack, but it can be overloaded to destroy them. Phazon Night Barbs have enhanced aerial mobility that makes them all but impossible to hit with normal shots. The group will work together to create a powerful energy burst that they will fire at their prey. Detonating the energy charge with normal attacks before it fires should destroy them. Phazon Night Barbs are the result of Night Barbs being exposed to Phazon radiation. These mutations look similar to their uncorrupted counterparts, but are characterized by their greatly increased offensive and defensive capabilities. Yep, impossible to hit. Indeed. Now, I actually didn't realize this until a previous failed recording attempt. But something I had noticed that I was wondering about for a while was that on very rare occasions, the energy that they generate, instead of green, will be blue. And I only just recently discovered that when it turns blue, they're actually doing a suicide strike. Like all of them combined. Gel puffer consumes and emits fuel gel fumes. Exposure to fuel gel has left the shell of the gel puffer highly susceptible to weapon fire. Gel puffers have come to rely on the toxic vapors given off by fuel gel for sustenance. They process these gases and then expel the excess to stay afloat. The brittle shell of the puffer, while durable in appearance, is rather thin and easily damaged. Very different from the traditional puffer, but you know what? I'm down for it. Now the counterparts of the Elysian counterpart, which I believe are called swarm bots. Those actually do generate a blue energy field that fires. Oh, hello, Ing wannabes. Hopper attacks with razor-sharp tannins. Did I say tannins? I meant talons. Anyway, these aggressive insectoids use small hops to get within striking distance and then pounce, hence the name, using their talons to tear away at their prey. From a distance, they will fire bursts of venom at their target. Despite their aggressive nature, they are somewhat fragile and can be easily dispatched. Because of this, they will commonly hunt in packs. So they basically behave like a dark splinter. Hello. Look now to the past, and to the time of peace on Bryyo. See the age of gold, when our world was a paradise, unrivaled. Hear the songs of joy fill the streets of the royal city, as the people honor the coming of Bryyo the First, the Liberator. Behold the launch of our first ship to the stars on that day, and witness the rise of science of a new Bryyo. See this, and see the beginning of our downfall. The Golden Age. Sorry about that. It's interesting how that log, oh, that looks like the altar we saw at the beginning. Oh, wait, are those actually ships? Huh. Interesting. What's interesting about that log is that it seems like he's just bragging about, you know, their triumph, and then it ends with, and see how it led to our downfall. Also, what I love about the Bryonian logs is how they're these pictures. They're very cool. Just as an artist myself. And also how they Bryonian Shriekbat, aggressive ceiling dweller that dive bombs approaching organisms. One of the many types of Shriekbats found across the solar system, the Bryonian Shriekbat behaves similarly to all of its cousins. Shriekbats will nest in small groups and make their home in a sheltered environment, dwelling on the top of caverns and ruins. The Shriekbat will hunt nearby insects and small creatures for food. Once a nesting area has been found, it will be fiercely protected from any intruder. The territorial Shriekbat will dive bomb any creature that wanders too close, no matter what the size. Yeah, except you'll still end up killing yourselves. Which begs the question, how in the world do you guys not go extinct? Shellbug attacks by firing Phazon spines. Soft body is vulnerable to Phazon. Or to attack. Can't read. Shellbugs are slow-moving, roaming insects whose soft bodies are easily damaged. Until they reach maturity, they will not develop their phasite shell. Unable to retract into a shell to avoid damage, they must aggressively attack any potential threat. They will extend sharp spines to fend off attackers or propel these spines at enemies. Yes, very grubby and... Sorry about that. Welcome to another Wii game episode, also known as watching me experience a lot of technical difficulties with my recording software. It's gonna add abnormality in this unnatural ice formation. Phazon signatures present. Well, Rundas was or is also being enhanced by Phazon as well. Phazon vines are impervious to attack, but growths are vulnerable to Phazon-based weapon. Also, I didn't blow that up. Boy. Oh, more of you guys. Well, you made a big mistake. Oh, look at that. I'm exactly at 0. Whoa. That gave me 99. But it was blue. Wasn't it? Only the yellow ones give you a full tank. No, it's one of you guys we saw as we were landing on this planet. Oh, hello, excuse me. Ow. It's like a camera flash in the day. Reptilicus Hunter. Target can generate a personal cloaking field around its body. Phazon corruption has granted Reptilicus Hunters the ability to cloak themselves. They use this to their advantage and will hide or move positions while cloaked to gain the upper hand in combat. Reptilicus Hunters are fairly organized despite their primitive nature. Usually attacking in small groups, they patiently wait for their prey to become isolated in a locked area before attacking. Their weaponry consists of an energy whip for close-range assaults and a throwing chakram for long-range attacks. They have adapted to the harsh climates of Bryyo and are quite resistant to field gel and heat-based attacks. What's a sci-fi story without a lizard man? Except this guy has 6 limbs. Tell you what, that was quite the timing. Ow. When are you gonna throw your chakram at me? Oh, there you go. Once you get a certain upgrade, these guys are fun to fight. And not just specifically the Reptilicus Hunters, also just Reptilicus, Reptilicuses? Reptile kisses. Moganar class War Golem is without power, unable to activate with current suit upgrades. It's basically teasing another thing. It's raining again. That's cool. And see the Bryonian characters on there too. G.F.S. The ships of Bryyo sped to the stars in all directions, bearing the banner of peace. Soon we found stellar brethren in the Chozo, the Luminoth, and the Ela. Starborn knowledge came to Bryyo, and we gladly sent our wisdom to our new friends in return. The hearts of Bryyo were filled with pride, and they honored the lords of science for all the wonders we provided. As the time of New Bryyo came to be, the old ways faded. The cries of joy from those who honored science covered the angry shouts of those who mourned the old ways, the primal traditions. It's interesting. The Bryonians were the only other race mentioned that also knew the Ela. The other race that knew the Ela were the Luminoth. And then the Luminoth also knew the Chozo as well. So it's interesting. The Ela are mentioned twice, but that's all we know about them. Just another race that's similar to the Chozo. Oh, heck yeah. Once again, got all three of them. Snatcher works with a Korba to feed vulnerable to concussive blasts. Snatchers are cunning, albeit weak, bioforms. Unable to kill most prey on their own, they rely on the stronger Korba to do the work for them. Snatchers will swarm onto a target until it is overwhelmed. Once they have their prey, they use their power to levitate, lifting the victim to a point where the Korba can devour them. What the Korba cannot digest, it expels to feed the Snatchers. This symbiotic relationship works well for both Snatchers and the Korba. I see. And this is the Korba. The Korba is a vicious, resilient bioform. It prefers to lurk above its hunting grounds, waiting for prey. The Korba relies on the smaller Snatchers to levitate victims to a point where the Korba can devour them. Okay. Oh, that's ugly. One wanna run into that thing. I'm actually kind of wondering if the things that I am wondering are trees are actually gigantic mushrooms of some kind, because it looks like smaller versions here, which look like big mushrooms themselves, as it is. Come on, get me. Whee! It's a fun little mechanic in this game. Yeah. Target is a viable attach point for the grapple beam. So now we can total Spider-Man this, or George of the Jungle this. Shoot. I don't know what it is about this particular grapple point, but that's like one of many times I've like strangely lost the beam grip on that one. I don't know what it is. Also, that ledge is very tantalizing. because it looks like you can actually swing to it, but you never actually can. Trust me, I've tried. Now you can screw attack your way over there, but we don't have that yet, do we? It sounded like I was a bit strained while I was ripping the panels off. It's because I kind of was. It was a bit exhausting. Oh, hello. Reptilicus teleports across short distances, highly aggressive and territorial. Scans indicate a mutation that allows the Reptilicus to teleport over short distances, commonly used as a combat tactic to corner and trap their prey. The Reptilicus appear to suffer... Oh, okay, so Reptilicus is also plural. Appear to suffer from Phazon corruption, and all higher thought processes have been replaced by savage bloodlust. This corruption has also increased their resistance to heat-based attacks and fuel gel. Could have used that flash to give you some backlight. Oh, hello. Got more of you, do we? Ow. Whoa. Hey, you knocked me off. Very unsporty of you. Whoa, where'd you go? There you are. Really unsporty of me, I know, but what the hey, I gotta have some fun. And besides, it's really duck season. Scans detect elements of Phazon within ice compound have begun to attack the trapped bioform. Ow. Subject was impaled on an ice shard before being frozen. Ouch. How many thrusters does a ship need? Apparently a lot. Anyway. Still, I don't think it has as many as, say, a Tantus. No. Tantus 4? What's that? What's that ship called? The rebel ship in the beginning of A New Hope. I'll think of it. Anyway, Griffin-class frigate is identified as the G.F.S. Theseus. But my point being, it still doesn't have as many thrusters as one of those ships. Morphology, atomic. Corporeal energy that sloughs explosive segments of its form. Kind of noticed over the years I've switched from saying explosive to explosive. Kind of weird. Anyway, atomics are creatures composed entirely of energy. A strong energy blast is adequate to destabilize the atomic and cause it to explode. They are sustained by their core, which generates a constant supply of electricity. When an abundance of energy has been produced, the atomic will discharge a section of its body in the form of an explosive projectile. When near sources of energy of an opposite polarization, the atomic will respond aggressively. We can just go around in circles like this. I can do this all day. Stand down. Fine. Now you gotta be quick with these, because if you're not, then they'll retract. Ooh. Yay!
Samus, the satellite data has revealed two distinct energy signatures. They must be supplying power to the siege shield. If these targets are eliminated, the shield will be removed. We are uploading the location of each energy signature and nearby landing sites.
Fuel gel is susceptible to extreme temperatures and will freeze if exposed to cold. Engine room operating under normal parameters for cooling system. G.F.S. Theseus. Trooper's spinal column is shattered. Target appears to have been moving cargo when the ship crashed. Ouch. Poor fella. Hello? Hi, Rundas. Bye, Rundas. Well, we knew he was here, but now he knows that we're here, too. Oh, shoot. Ow. No! Oh my gosh, I hate this. Finally! Oh my gosh. That was beyond frustrating. Anyway. Gragnol adult resistant to most weaponry. Physical stress can destroy it. The large tail that characterizes Gragnol adults is also their weakness. If pulled with enough force, it will tear them apart. An explosive blast will temporarily incapacitate them, making them easier to target. They possess the ability to generate an energy shield around their bodies, preventing beam shots from damaging them. They are cunning predators, flying through their turf in search of unwary prey. They use bursts of Phazon energy to overwhelm their targets, and they swoop down to finish them. Maturity has provided them with a very durable exoskeleton. So, I see. I don't know how long I was trying to get on that ledge, but it had to have been like 10 minutes. Ow. Oh, right. Oh yeah, I should have collected the energy. Ow. No, this, you fool. Alpha Hopper spits venom at prey from a distance, uses talons in close range battle. Alpha Hoppers are characterized by their unique color and durable hide. They are highly territorial and will attack any creature who wanders too close to their nests. When hunting in packs, they will often keep their distance while others move in to attack at close range. Like all hoppers, their legs end in sharp talons and can be used to shred through any prey that gets close enough. Let's see. Now for you guys, I am going to use Hypermode. Yeah, that's the way it just came from. Not that I need to be getting missiles from these. I don't know. just doesn't feel something just doesn't feel right about returning to my ship with full health, but one missile short. Oh well, I'll get it. And then I won't forgive myself. And go ahead and save and enter the ship. Fire air dog. Let's go. Air is getting more orange. Ah, hello. Phrygian class gunship. G.F. records identified pilot as Rundas. The engines are still warm. Gragnall hive scans indicate no activity within. The hive has been abandoned. Stonework bears the mark of Skaan, a gladiator in the Primal's armies. Gladiators, eh? Fuel gel. Substance is highly volatile. Contact with gel can cause damage. Fuel gel is used to power most modern starships in the cosmos. It is extremely rare, and worlds that produce it tend to be quite prosperous. Also, modern being a relative term. Extremely rare, and worlds that produce it tend to be quite prosperous. The exception to this is planet Bryyo, a Federation protectorate, and the largest supplier of fuel gel. Proceeds from Bryonian gel sales go directly to the Federation military forces. Sorry, I got hiccups. Protecting that sector of space. Interesting. The sheer value of fuel gel is very attractive and has led to an uprise in piracy over the last 20 years. Wait, is this indicating that the Federation has a monopoly of fuel gel? Maybe. The sheer value of fuel gel is very attractive and has led to an uprise in piracy over the last 20 years. Today, raids on gel transport convoys are common, especially in frontier regions of space. The Galactic Federation has increased anti-piracy operations, and planets with fuel gel resources are protected by Federation fleets and ground forces. Now, something I wish I could genuinely do again, but I can't because it was a genuine first reaction. These little glowing butterflies around here, I didn't know that they are attracted to you while in morph ball mode, just like the moths from Prime 2. Like, I had no idea. And then, like, my previous recording attempt, I went into morph ball mode and I saw that and I was like genuinely surprised. So I'm glad they kept that. That was a very adorable little mechanic, if you will. Oh, ouch. Yeah, they added like Samus's grunts from in Prime 1 and Prime 2 are like exactly the same. But in Prime 3 they added like at least 2 more grunting noises. Fuel gel pumping system is operational, working at maximum capacity. Exhaust pipe badly damaged, concussive blast to the base of the structure will topple it. Abnormal energy signatures detected beyond this frozen formation. High temp beams could melt the ice. Hello. Stonework represents Svinka, the second emperor of the Dinsha dynasty. Very nice, very nice. Processing chamber is constantly distributing fuel gel through the piping networks. Like a bit of a wasteland. Age of Schism. In time, the wonders of science were not enough for those who held the primal traditions in their hearts. The warnings of the Chozo to seek balance between old and new ways were not heeded by the lords of science, myself included. We forged on, ignorant of the rage in the hearts of the primals. The time came when Sphemos, first lord of science, denounced the primals and their traditions in the center of the royal city. It was as flame to a dry forest. The age of science ended, and the age of schism was born. Man. Dang it all, Sphemos. Why'd you have to do that? And for your weather report today, local weather balloon Samus Aran is here to report. Already scanned that, yes. Now the reason I paused there for a second is I just wanted to note this music that's playing. This music is called the Hypermode Corruption. And it's the only track, or the only way to hear this track play all the way is if I pause the game here. Because once I eject all the Phazon, then it's going to stop. It's also a unique tune because it's the only, well, one of the only tunes that, like, doesn't loop.
Samus, we just received very abnormal readings from your life support systems. Are you okay? As a precaution, we are downloading the diagnostic data from your suit to further analyze the situation. We will contact you again if we have any more information.
It's interesting how they say, as a precaution, we're going to download the diagnostics. Your PDC will allow you to absorb this Phazon into your body and utilize it as energy. Ooh. Juicy. Get your sparkly, super energizing blue Gatorade today. Why I think it's interesting how she's saying, as a precaution, we'll download the diagnostics. That seems to kind of imply that normally they're not really keeping track of Samus's health logs. So it's like they're not like constantly monitoring literally everything. Hello, Rundas. There's no music. It seems like that encounter with Rundas, in which, you know, we just stare at each other and don't say a word, was like placed very deliberately right after that Hypermode incident, as basically hinting at what happened to Rundas. Oh, hello. You're ugly. Warpound teleports over short distances, vulnerable to cold-based attacks. Well, I don't have cold-based attacks. Warpounds are susceptible to low-temperature attacks due to the need to consume fuel gel to survive, and can expel blasts of converted thermal energy to attack and defend. The creatures can teleport over short distances, disrupting many forms of electronic targeting in the process. Fascinating. Ow. Get me out of this. Get stuck. Now the Phazon is starting to overreact. Don't worry, I will showcase eventually what happens if I don't expel all the Phazon. Ouch. Which most people know already what happens if you do let your Phazon overload. But I imagine most people don't have my personal view of what actually happens when your Phazon overloads. I'll talk more about that later. Age of War. In the beginning, the conflicts were small, out of sight for most on Bryyo, but they grew, slowly but as steady as the coming of the sun. Diplomacy gave way to brutality, and war came to our world. The lords of science turned their minds from exploration to destruction, and unleashed horrors unknown upon their primal enemies. In retaliation, the primals turned to the darkest of ancient powers, cursing us, the Science Lords, and all who served our cause. Friends from the stars tried desperately to end the conflict, all in vain. The people of war would not be denied. Wow. So sad. I forgot that it talked about Friends from the Stars, that is the Chozo, the Luminoth, and the Ela, were all like, guys, stop, time out. But they're like, nope, we're gonna kill ourselves. There's the War Golem and the Primals. Technology versus magic. Just love all the little gimmicks and stuff in this game. Even if it gets tedious and I've done it like 100 times, it's still all very cool. And just well done. More of you guys, eh? Oh yeah. I can just, where's that, So Phazon doesn't ignite. That's actually kind of interesting because if, like it talks about, fuel gel is susceptible to extreme temperatures. So it will react to my cold attacks and it'll respond to both cold attacks and to hot attacks, but it doesn't respond to Phazon, which basically implies that Phazon isn't really hot. Of course, I guess I haven't really pictured Phazon to be hot anyway. Phazon Pillbug generates shield for defense disrupted by concussive blasts. Pillbugs are commonly found in small spaces, often making traveling through tunnels troublesome. Bombs are effective against them, however. They are underground vermin able to energize their hard-shelled bodies with Phazon. Once charged, they will roll into a defensive shape and charge their enemies. Is that? Oh. I know. Hang on a second, game. Grab ledge. Jump forward to grab onto ledge and automatically pull yourself up. Certain ledges are composed of unique magnetic alloys that react to your suit. By jumping toward and grabbing onto them, a surge of energy will course through your suit and allow you to pull yourself up. There's another echo diffusion. Scans detect an unknown compound with an ice formation vulnerable to weapons fire. Because I think Fusion was the first game to implement at least the first the first 2D Metroid game to implement Samus holding onto the ledge of something. And then this is the only Prime game where Samus is able to basically hold on to the ledge of something. There are other parallels to Fusion, of course, like the new Federation design of Samus's suit to counteract or to related to some biological change. And of course, evil doppelgänger born of a parasitic entity or substance. Oh, ow. this thing is gonna explode literally right after I'm done scanning it. And it's gonna hurt. Phazite shell infused with fuel gel explodes when shot. Gel bugs are roaming insects encased in organic phazite. These cavern-dwelling bugs have come to rely on fuel gel as a source of sustenance. Over time, their shells have become saturated and crystallized with fuel gel. As a result, their bodies have become highly unstable. Weapon fire will disrupt the gel and cause the creature to detonate. I see. Huh. Actually wasn't hurt by that. These things are basically living grenades. Ow. Okay, make that at least 3 new pain sounds per seance. Yep, pirate destroyer. New guy. Armored pirate trooper, covered with a thin layer of armor susceptible to explosive attacks. Armored pirate troopers are equipped with a standard armor suit. It provides adequate protection against beam attacks, but is vulnerable to explosive blasts. They are outfitted with all the basic pirate armaments. This includes an assault rifle, a new dash jet. Oh wait. I didn't view the model. What's the matter with me? Space pirates' crates have durable plating. Are you the only one left? Oh. Rundas is here. Killing off the pirates again. Hunter Rundas reported to have gone missing during a Federation mission. Oh, Molly. Oh, see that. Ice armor protects body, but could be ripped off if he was stunned. Phazon exposure has greatly enhanced Rundas and his ability to generate ice, making him deadly at any range. His durable ice armor has one weak point, the neck. Serious physical stress can weaken and remove it. exposing Rundas to attack. This weak point cannot be seized as long as Rundas is active. He can create frozen objects at will, and can freeze missiles in mid-flight. Smaller, ice-based projectiles can be shot down, but it is recommended to evade larger attacks. Be advised, Rundas can trigger a hypermode state, elevating its threat level to match your own. Now I said Quadraxis was my favorite boss. That may not actually be true, because Rundas might actually be my favorite boss, which is kind of seems like a horrible thing to say, because it's also the saddest fight in all of Metroid. You don't believe me? It's got the saddest boss fight music. What's interesting is how, and also sad, is that before he was corrupted, Rundas would talk to you all the time. Like, he has the most interactions with Samus, and most lines said to Samus, like, among all the other hunters. But then, in this state, when he became corrupted, he doesn't say a word to Samus, which is pretty heartbreaking, actually. Where are you? Oh. I'm actually being a bit reckless. Because I am going to need Hypermode when he uses his own. And when you do Hypermode difficulty, you're definitely going to need to use your Hypermode. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Like, especially when he does this move. Like, that move is lethal. Especially if he's in Hypermode. Like, that is an instant kill. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Rundas. Uh-oh. Oh. Wow. I actually nearly died there. I also was getting emotional there. Even though I've seen that scene like 50 times. I think my actually talking about this game, like while playing it, has like awakened like some of the emotions I've been feeling, no matter how subtle. Also, for people saying, oh, you could have used Hypermode earlier. Well, I know I could have. But that would have made the fight so much quicker. Anyway, Scorch Bug. Scorch bugs are exclusively found on fuel gel producing planets such as Bryyo. The tiny insect subsists entirely on the volatile gel. Like many creatures with this diet, they have taken on the ignitable characteristics of their food source. When shot with any type of weaponry, they burst into a small explosion, leaving behind only a scorch mark. It is from this trait that they have earned their name. I see. Actually, I probably shouldn't stand on that waiting for that guy to emerge. This is also the only 3D rendition of these guys from what I remember. These little manta or like stingray looking creatures. Gel Ray, passive bioform native to Bryyo, lives within pools of fuel gel. I believe these are in Super Metroid. I know they're definitely in Fusion. Not specifically the Gel Ray, but these ray-like creatures. And they're also in AM2R. Gel rays are non-aggressive bioforms native to Bryyo. They are one of the few creatures who make their home within the caustic pools of fuel gel. The unique exterior and shape of the gel ray allow it to withstand and glide through rivers of gel. Their main source of sustenance is small organisms that exist within fuel gel, but they are known to occasionally leap out to feed on insects that fly near the gel's surface. I see. Uh-oh. Now, a few seconds in the fuel gel doesn't hurt that much, but the longer you stay in the pool, the more the damage will accelerate. Which means you could be in fuel gel for like 10 seconds and you'll die. Like, no matter how much health you have left. Same goes with Acid Rain on the Pirate Homeworld. Oh, ow. Armor plating made of maldium, armor integrity at maximum. The Leviathan seed has embedded itself within the planet, currently protected by an energy shield. Downfall. Look now through the time of battle, tribe against tribe. See fertile lands swept clean of all living things by arcane nightmares or the hellish blasts of science. See the giant stone Moganars do battle, destroying the land with their titanic blows, and hear the undying scream of a planet racked by darkest war. The battles waged endlessly, and the resources needed to sustain our war machines were great. Bryyo, too, had become a casualty of the war. The air was filled with the smoke of battle, and the soil soaked with the toxins of pollution. Calamity after calamity visited the folk of Bryyo until a world once known for wonders became a scarred husk under the stars. Only a small region remained habitable, and to it the survivors went, bringing the war with them. Oh, wow.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature we detected. This generator is supplying power to the Leviathan's protective shield. You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
So that's the sun. They're like pieces of the planet or something in space. Which, if you look at Bryyo on the outside, that like asteroid belt around it is apparently actually pieces of the planet. Shields are online, inaccessible from current location, unable to reach from the ground. Oh, lovely. Oh, we got pirates in the area. Oh, well, I mean, we did have pirates just a while ago as well. Ow. Enter ship. I'll save once I get to the other side. Interesting. I save the game, or I end the episode right at the same area. Oh, I forgot to, I can, actually, that's what I'll do. We'll go ahead and end the episode within the ship. Save and enter ship. And save the game. But I wanted to show something within the ship. Now that we had that Hypermode incident earlier. And you may recall, last episode I checked this and it was at 10%. But now I'm checking it after that Phazon, that Hypermode incident. Wait, what? Okay, well I look like an idiot. I thought it was, I thought it changed to 15% after that. Apparently not. Anyway. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, and I hope to see you all next time. Ciao.